Muhammad.
Hey.
We are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to PeakFlow Power number 36, not 26. Hope you guys are having an amazing Friday. I know it's June 20th, 2025, middle of the year. So hopefully you guys are crushing your goals like we are. That being said, how's everyone doing? Let's wait for everyone to come in.
Yo, these Fridays be coming by pretty fast, right? It's like another week. It's like, oh wow, again.
It's another Friday? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Joanna.
Oh.
But this is the last Friday. Next Friday, we're going to be in another country.
Oh, yeah. That'll be interesting.
Streaming at 12 a.m. at night.
Well, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. Are you live on Instagram?
Mm-hmm. I put it on live on Instagram as well.
Okay.
How's just for like half a second. Let's talk a little bit about our journey meeting Shri. Some people don't know who Shri is.
Who is Shri QnAs?
Shri QnAs was one of my early mentors for dropshipping with Low Ticket. And he taught me a lot of the good marketing stuff. So I learned to scale Google Ads with it. But Low Ticket, the model itself, was just very unsustainable. Would you agree, Trevor? Like, do you think people scale with Low Ticket? I'm sure they do, but do you think it's as easy as people say it is?
Do I think it's as easy?
Like
you've done it before, I feel like. One second.
If you've done it before?
Yeah, one second. Be right
back. So guys, welcome.
That was quick. Yeah, I feel like Low Ticket, if you've done it before, I'm sure you can do it again. Just like with high ticket, if you've never done it before, it's going to be harder. But if you've done it before, it's going to be a lot easier.
Right.
But there's also just that part of Low Ticket where you have to find a product and then run ads. The thing with Facebook ads is like it's much more variables than Google ads. If I teach someone to run Google ads, there might be a few things different because they're selling a different brand, a different niche, but the general concept's the same. But with Facebook ads, it's all creative based. So it's like when a beginner is like launching ads for the first time on Facebook, they might not know what's wrong. They can maybe read the data, but they don't know like how to improve the ad or how to improve the website a lot of times to get that traffic to convert.
I agree. Well said.
Joe says, hey guys, real quick, how much do I have to save when starting high ticket? Like, does it have to be 2,000 and can I start with 500? Well, 2,000 is recommended, but we have helped people that started with as low as 500. But in terms of like how that $500 would go, the LLC, you go directly to the state website and set it up that way instead of going through like a third-party service. That would probably cost like $30 to $60 depending on the state. For your theme, you got to use a free or very budget theme, and everything else remains the same.
Which is like ads.
Yeah. I see a link that says apply work for us. What kind of positions are you needing to fill? Where do you see that?
I think she meant ecom high ticket. Apply to work with us at ecom high ticket. for our one-on-one coaching program. Apply now.
Hi, y'all. Do you think for a high-ticket product, most customers will call before purchasing? Depending on the price point and depending on the niche or the product. So if it's more technical, let's just say like a shed where it's multiple sizes, they might need to have a permit to see if they can install in their backyard, then there's more likelihood of them calling. But if it's just like a case or maybe like a chair, there's only so many questions a person could have about chair. That you sit on
what
it.
Would
maybe
they ask about chairs? Like the dimensions, I guess.
Yeah, but the dimensions should always be on the product page. That's like.
Wouldn't wood type be also? Or no? Do you ever put the wood types sometimes? Material
if it's
type?
available with supplier, but not always. And then like maybe weight capacity too. I've seen customers ask that. Like I'm 350 pounds. Will the chair support it? And I tell them no, it only goes up to 300. Otherwise, you're gonna break the chair. And then I didn't say it like that, but you know, something like that.
You tell them that they'll break the chair, they still buy from you?
No, I don't say that. I just tell them like, look, it doesn't support your weight. I recommend this chair instead. But they get what I mean, you know.
That's funny.
Oh, no comment.
So, Trevor, if you were to start from zero, like from scratch, and you have to build your high ticket dropshipping store, right? What does that look like for the first 2 weeks? And when do you think you'll get your first sale? How would that work?
2 weeks of first sale?
No, I'm asking like, what does the first 2 weeks look like? And then at what point do you think you'll get your first sale?
If I'm launching ads for the first time.
That's a good question. No, you being the one that like you know ads and everything already.
Yeah, if I was down bad and I need to set up a website and launch ads, it'd probably take a week to a week and a half, just because suppliers is really the biggest bottleneck. How fast you can get to supplier agreement and price list and upload it, you gotta rush it. Like if I was strapped for cash, I gotta just upload all the products myself, even though I don't want it. But if I had a little bit of play money, then I would get a VA, because that's not a good use of your time.
What if you already know the suppliers and the products are pretty much uploaded already? It's just that like you're just restarting, but you still have like the same supplier connections and you have like I mean, I guess that's kind of giving it.
Like, yeah, I would have ads launched in 48 hours. Yeah. Like how I work is just like focused in on that one thing, and then like I don't eat for 48 hours. I just want to get it done with, and then I eat. I reward myself with food after.
What do you think beginners struggle the most when setting up like a high ticket? Like, is it the LLC? Is it the niche? Is it suppliers? What do you think is that one thing that stops them from starting it within like 48 hours, etc.?
From every single person I've talked with, it's almost always the niche, because of the fact that they think there's a perfect niche, and like you don't want to pick the wrong one. And to be fair, I get that same thing, because I felt the same exact way when I started. But because we have a way to verify the niche inside our program and make sure that it's not a niche that we don't recommend or someone else doesn't recommend, then we can help make sure that they don't do that niche from the get-go. For example, I don't recommend e-bikes, just like a general furniture store, broad store, Amazon type stores. There are some other niches that are a little bit harder to crack. That once we have that data, we can have into a database, and we just recommend people not to do those niches.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So Smart Find TV says, what's inside the High Ticket Bootcamp 2.0? Are there video tutorials to build a pro store, or just a private community? I'll answer this. So basically, the Bootcamp 2.0 is a budget version of the mentorship program, where you still get the same video content, except like the scaling part, where like as the blueprint to scale to 300,000 a month, you can still use the bootcamp to get to let's say 5 to 10K a month profit. But then it's just really group coaching. The difference between group coaching and having a one-on-one coach. How I view it is like 2 people could go to the gym. One person could just go to the gym by themselves, and one person could go to the gym with a personal trainer and have a person that meal preps for you, tells you exactly what to do for your workouts. So it's really the two. At the end of the day, both of those people can get to the end result. It's just like which one can get there faster without having to think as much and having that handhold throughout the whole process.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have anything to add to that, Marcus?
You well said. Like I was like, like took the words out of my mouth, Trevor.
It was good. It's good. Do my homework.
Mm-hmm.
I know SEO is a combination of different things, but would you say it's a top 3 to 5 things you can do to optimize SEO?
Wait, Trevor, let me go first on this because I'm more of the beginner. For you guys that don't know, Trevor knows more SEO than me, but I want to answer this first because I might get this wrong. So from my experience, SEO will be a combination of on-page optimization, so the product page optimizing, so titles, headers. It would be backlinks, collection page optimizations, and then like your technical. It would be the top 3 things to optimize SEO. Like, so making sure your technical catalogs, the descriptions on the on-sites and stuff, backlinks and blogs.
Yeah, you should always fix your on-page, what's on your website first, before you do off-page, which is like backlinks, citations, social media, even though they have very little effect.
What is the difference between on-page and off-page SEO?
On-page just means anything that's on your website. Off-page just means anything off your website.
Backlinks, blogs, just redirecting stuff to off-page.
Yeah,
That's just on-page.
I'm pretty sure blogs are considered off. I'm pretty sure they're on-page actually, but on-page things would be like technical, like TXT files, robot TXT files, make sure nothing's wrong with the technical of your site. And to be honest, there's a lot of things to go over for that. So that's why we recommend just investing into SEO agency. That's what we do for all our stores. And that's what our clients do with their store as well. They get their ads to the point where they're making 5 to 10K profit. So, 50,000 to 100,000 revenue. And then they would invest into an agency that would do the SEO for them. Basically, they don't have to lift a finger. The agency does it all for them.
Let us know if you need the SEO agency.
What to do if no brands are replying to your emails?
How many emails are you sending? That's like my question. Like, if it's like 2, 3 emails, bro, then it's like, dude, like you're shooting like a bullet in a pond of water trying to hit a fish. Like, you need some volume too when it comes to this. Like, if you send 100, assume like 10% respond. So worker, in my opinion, I'd be like, I don't know your volume, but, and then I will also call them if they really don't respond.
Yeah, if they don't respond to your emails, give them a call. Find another email. You can use something called MailTrack. That's a free Chrome extension that will tell you if they open up the email or not.
You could do that.
So maybe they're,
What the
yeah,
fuck?
maybe they're like when I was in cold outreach with like just a normal email account, I would see people like open up my email 70 times and they would not reply. And I would tell them like, hey, I see you opening up my email this many times. Like, what's stopping you from replying?
That's so
All it does is just install like a little tracking pixel on the email.
That's smart.
What's the SEO we recommended previously? Thanks. It is this link. I'll drop in the chat. It's called organic checkout. You have to use specifically the link because then it will be attributed to us, and we do, for full transparency, get a small kickback for referring you guys to them. But this is the same agency we use for our stores. So once you speak to Brandon, the founder, you'll also know that we're using his agency for SEO.
He'll take care of you.
Mm-hmm. With that being said, where are we going next week?
To the office.
Yes, to the office. Another office in another country. Thoughts on the office pods niche? That's what I picked. They're not bad. I sold them before. There's just not much brand demand.
Are office pods a trend? Like, what? I'm so curious on what corporate trends are now. Do you ever wonder sometimes? Is like work, like, are people even going back to work, or is like remote work still a thing? You know what I mean? Like, are people going to an office pod? Like,
yeah, I think we both know that there are plenty of companies that have like full 50, 60 team remote, like a whole 50 to 60 people remote team. I think long term, all those companies, they want to like get them into office, but it's also not feasible a lot of times because there might be from other countries too, so they might have to fly them out. For maybe like companies that are already established, you know, like Google, Meta, Microsoft, all those companies, office booths makes a lot more sense, and there are like a decent amount of demand for them. Last time I checked, but there's just not much brand demand. So if you're gonna do office booths, I wouldn't probably just focus on office booths. I would do like an office only store. I talked with the organic checkout agency you mentioned. I asked them, what if I don't see results in 3 months? And they kept saying, not possible you will see results. Their money back, no results. Well, money back as in like a guarantee. I don't think, as far as I know, no guarantee. But, you know, 3 months is of actual SEO being implemented where it's trackable. There will be results. It's just like how much results. Because in 3 months, you're going to get results. Just depends on your store, your niche, how competitive it is for SEO. But all our stores, all our client stores have seen results even in the first month. It will literally tell you how much attributed revenue from organic. In my month 3, I saw 552% increase in the revenue from organic. That might be different for you, might be higher, might be lower, but I would say it's pretty. I would take a bet against, like, you know, you would not see any results from an agency in 3 months. That's pretty hard to believe. What would you say is the average rate of return or return on spend with organic checkout? What's the longest you've seen someone getting results? So, I mean, most of our clients and ourselves see break even at around month 3 to month 4, but it could be earlier for you, or it could be later for you, depending on how much organic traffic. I did SEO for my store before, but I did it all wrong, which is actually worse because Marcus's store, he didn't really do SEO.
I didn't know too much on it, so I didn't do anything.
It's actually a pain to do my store because I did it all wrong.
Curious to ask, what was the wrong part? Was it duplicates, pages? Was it
pages? It's called cannibalization with the keywords. So like writing too much content on a specific keyword. So actually having too much pages and too much content. I was just like cranking them out, having my VA like crank out 5 articles a day. Yeah. So longest we've seen someone, it's really break even because agency, to answer McFlash's question, you can get started with lower, but we recommend going with a 2.5K a month plan. 2,500 a month plan with them. So by month 3 to 4, you should see break even. You should be able to make 2,500 in profit from the revenue you generate from SEO.
Yo, Trevor, have you noticed any, or have you come across any new product potential findings? I found some.
There's always tons of products.
Yeah.
Look up Dolphin Mailboxes.
Huh?
Dolphin Mailbox.
What the hell is that? Dolphin mailboxes?
Yeah.
I didn't even know these existed.
There's this guy on YouTube. I think his name is Ben something. He's from like Florida. He bought like a $15,000 golden dolphin mailbox for his house.
Oh my god.
On my website, I'm checking dead links. Dead link checker says I have a lot, while 2 other sources says I have 0. I'm confused. Well, can you pull up the dead links and see if they're actually not working? Because if they're already taken off, and if it's reporting 2, it might just have not refreshed yet. Do you recommend Microsoft Outlook or Gmail for business?
Gmail.
Yeah. I like the Google ecosystem more. Microsoft one, I'm sure it works. Like, I tried Microsoft Teams for the first time like a month or 2 ago. It's like
bad.
So weird. Like, just use Zoom or Google Meet. And in the Google ecosystem, like Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, all that inside the Google ecosystem on your phone, like all your computers, it all syncs together. Because if you're using Chrome, you may as well use Google products.
Yeah.
We're taking off all the dead links, etc. Okay, well, if you take off all the dead links, then there's 0.
Huh.
Marcus, tell us your new products, what potential you found too.
I'll tell you a few products. Drop a comment saying, Marcus, you want more products, and I'll tell you guys more products. But I'll tell you one right now that was like so obvious, which was golf carts. I mean, I don't know if it was super obvious, but I recently just saw golf carts. I thought that was really cool to look into because you always sell stuff to rich people, and like I always push out golf simulators because I know people that like play golf like if they have a home, like they'll get one for them because they love golf. But
Mhm.
you might be on the golf playing field playing golf, and you might need some of these, and you could cater towards businesses, and well, I mean, you cater towards businesses. So that's something to think about.
I would see if
Yeah.
there's any like licenses you need to buy to, I mean, resell golf carts.
Yeah.
As long as you like figure that out, which is not hard at all, you just call the dealer. I mean, call the supplier and just ask. Then you could sell to these like local golf cart stores. Like I just searched golf carts near me, found a bunch of golf cart dealers that has phone numbers, emails that you can all reach out to.
Yeah. I think the key basis or like the premise is like find a niche where there's like high purchase people, and then break down of like what they would actually buy and like where does that go into, so it could be like, it could just be an add-on to your golf store, you know what I mean? Like golf simulators, golf court, just golfing, putting cages and build upon that stuff,
Yeah. I feel like if we were to pick a niche now, we pick something that has like content potential. For example, like golf carts, not too bad. Like that's pretty fun. I don't really golf, but I'm sure it's a decent product. We could film content, but let's just say mobility scooters, for example. That's going to be like a little interesting to film content for, because we got to find someone to use it. Or I mean, we could use it as well, but it's not going to be as fun as like golf carts or maybe like a golf simulator or like a sauna, for example.
You've seen people film some saunas, right? I've seen people film saunas, fireplaces,
Fire pits, greenhouses.
Yeah, content's really king. Content's important. So,
Son of Africa says, once I have my list of products, then I do boil it down to whichever one has the data to support that. It could be a winning product, i.e., high demand, low competition, suppliers seasonal, high price point, etc. Assuming this is for niche, yeah, you want something over 30,000 monthly searches a month. Lower competition, ideally less than 15 competitors that are niche specific. Suppliers, yeah, easy to find suppliers, at least 10 to 15. Not seasonal, high price point. Yeah. I mean, not every single niche will fit all these criteria. My store doesn't really fit all these criteria as well, but the more that you can fit, then it looks good on paper. So when hitting up a high tier brand as supplier, how do you get by when they ask how much revenue sales I made? Is there a way to check?
I think that the question is funny because it's asked like, how do you get by? And it's like, well, I get by just fine. I just tell them my store revenue and then number. But there's no way for them to really check. And I know a lot of our clients inside the one-on-one, they like to leverage that, they're part of our community. And even sometimes we be going on Zoom calls with new suppliers, just trying to understand more on the model. So to go into your question, like, I don't think there's a full way to check, but honestly, people could tell by the way you carry yourself and your voice. And I would say, don't lie. If you've never done your numbers, like, you don't want to get caught. That's really it. It's like, if you're going to have a white lie and this and that, like, if you get caught, that just destroys your whole trust with the supplier. So I wouldn't do it. Yeah. Tell the truth or join our one-on-one.
Yeah. How can people leverage the community, the PeakFlow community, when pitching to suppliers, Marcus?
Well, a lot of our suppliers, honestly, like I kind of like share, like I be putting on a lot of old suppliers I've talked to, and just but realistically, just learning how to actually speak, I think, is the biggest thing they leverage from the community. So like, not only did they get me and use kind of like we could help, like use our numbers and stuff as like a team effort thing, but also like just hearing how it's done once or twice, like truly just listening, that's really where their leverage is. And here's what I'm trying to say, TLDR. Knowledge is transferable in 3D or 4D. So watching someone doing it is 4D. So there's only so many things, you know. That's what they get from me. It's that 4D knowledge. Yeah.
Gotcha. So I've been doing research and found about 12 products that hit those benchmarks. I guess I just test these out because either one of them have potential to hit. Well, you test them in a niche, so I wouldn't recommend testing it in the general store. So as long as those 12 products fit under a niche, like let's just say living room furniture, you have tables, dining room tables, dining room chairs, carpet, rugs. As long as it fits in under one niche. Jocelyn says, "What up, boys? I'm still doing this stuff, just saving up, working every day to get the foundation."
Nice. Keep going, Jocelyn. Cheering for you.
Let's go. Is sales/revenue a big factor that the supplier cares about? Or is your personality and how you speak to them, as you mentioned?
Probably a little of both, but I think the key determining factor is, are you convincing? Like, can you sell them into working with you? And the underlying factor between that is just trust. So the revenue stuff or even your personality is just to see if you're a trustable person. So as long as like, you do the basics, don't show up late to the call. You call them, you're speaking proper, no cursing, professional. You're here to help. You're here to educate them on the business model and just like, what you're doing. You'll be just fine. That's what it comes down to. But in order for you to get that personality, that tone, that experience, you do need revenue numbers, etc. So what I guess I'm trying to say is just get started. Just get started. Email, call. Just start the answers in the volume.
Yeah, how I view it the same way. It's a little bit of how I like to put it is like there might be past presidents, not naming anyone specifically, but they might have good intentions, but the way they carry themselves or how they present themselves or how they speak might be one way. And then there might be a person where they have bad intentions, but then they speak really well, and then that's how they get the majority of voters. So it's like the same thing. It both matters, but I would say probably leaning more towards how you speak. Imagine you're in Norway and you want to start dropshipping in the US. How would you go about finding the best product and a good enough supplier?
Well, I think product research is foundational, and then suppliers just email and still try to close. Perfectly fine.
Yeah, I was going to say the same way that someone else in the US would do it, or someone else from another country, let's just say Brazil, would do it. They set up a US LLC from their country. They would find a niche and work with US suppliers. Regarding PMAX, can I create other PMAX campaigns for other categories besides PMAX remarketing? Well, PMAX is still going to be heavy on retargeting. We just label it as PMAX retargeting, but it still goes like after cold traffic. It just like 70-80% of the spend is going to be on retargeting warm traffic. So, for example, if you sell furniture and you have one supplier that sells couches or a bunch of suppliers that sells couches, that could be one PMAX campaign. And then if you want to add another brand, but they're known for like, I don't know, fireplaces, then you want to have a different PMAX campaign for all your fireplace suppliers. So yeah, it's going to be by category, and then they're all going to be essentially retargeting. The way that we recommend, you can have it shopping only. There's different ways you can run PMAX, but the most predictable that has worked for a large amount of clients where it's consistent has been shopping campaigns with PMAX as retargeting. Guys, can I really make this happen? Some days I feel cooked like I'm chasing a shadow. Is this just a dream?
Martin, you sound like you just hit the blunt, bro. Are you high? Dude, like, obviously some days are gonna be harder than others. I'm sure not every day it's easy, and not every day is hard. Point is, you can make anything happen, guys. Dude, Trevor dropped out of like school at 12 years old to pursue online. Like, he was facing the same dilemmas of chasing a shadow at 12 years old. The point is, like, he started early and he kept doing it. Hey, you see, Martin. Dude, like,
I did hit the blunt. How did you know?
Because who asks this is just a dream? All right, listen. Keep chasing your dreams. But just know, like, the difference is just that getting started. Just get started, bro. You can make anything happen.
Absolutely. I'm in Canada. How do I pay off U.S. suppliers for the products? Is a resource certificate mandatory, and is it easy to get from any state with an LLC? Yeah, resource certificate is not mandatory, but I would definitely recommend it because you're going to be paying unnecessary taxes to your suppliers. And how do you pay off suppliers? I mean, ACH, wire transfer, debit or credit card. Maybe crypto in the future, but not yet. What made y'all stop working with people from Fiverr/Upwork?
When did we say that though?
Never.
What? Oh shit! Did we just tell them the sauce? Wow, guys, tada! We still use Upwork and Fiverr all the time.
Yeah, Upwork and Fiverr. We still use it. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. You just have to vet out the people.
Trevor,
Because I sign up Fiverr.
if you were to rank Fiverr, Upwork, OnlineJobs.ph, what are the three ranking for you?
Online jobs #1,
Oh.
Fiverr #2, Upwork 3. Because I haven't really used Upwork, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I just find probably Fiverr is going to be cheaper than Upwork.
I never use online PH, but I know you use it. And I think that shit's cool because you have like, bro, guys, Trevor has like 400 interviews on his fucking postings every day. Crazy.
Yeah, I'd be getting like thousands of applicants.
That's great.
Right now, I have 1,800 applicants in my online job. I just hired a whole country of Philippines. Start drop shipping.
That's the goal.
Is the news about GMC policy update on the 23rd true? What's on the 23rd?
I don't know.
Email archive feature discontinuation. Oh, I haven't really seen anything coming.
Okay, so I'm on the Google Merchant. I just got sale. I'm on the Google Merchant blog, and the most recent was email archive in May 27. So there's no 23rd. There's two that I see: email archive and then enabled AI powered growth. None of which seem to disrupt Merchant Center, I feel like.
Yeah, no clue. He showed us an example of high-ticket dropshipping website. Amazon.com.
Show them bbqguys.com.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, we use them all the time. They're very standard.
There's plenty of sites. You could just go on Google, type in a product that's high ticket, and then find a website selling it.
And if they have the word brands on the columns, that's usually a good sign.
Brands are essentially suppliers or vendors that, these stores are working with.
Right.
I feel like I've seen this site so many times, Brittany.
Same.
Oh, maybe we can continue. Learn more about us. We are born to grill. You know who we are. I mean, we know you were too, which is why we spent the 20 years trying to be the most trusted resource for grilling outdoor living. You have careers, community involvement, meet the team, history, design centers, customer testimonials. Interesting. Yeah, but this is a high-ticket dropshipping store that just has evolved into more than just a dropshipping store. They have obviously a team, missions, and values. In the news, how you can be an ambassador, design center locations, Georgia, LA, Florida. Do you guys do Etsy dropshipping?
Esmus. Come on, Esmus. We do high ticket drop shipping, not Etsy drop shipping. High ticket drop shipping.
I almost did Etsy dropshipping.
What do you drop ship from Etsy? Customizable bracelets?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, actually.
Oh my god. You were gonna do that? Print on demand? Bracelets?
You can do shirts, any like jewelry. It's like it's gonna be mostly like Pinterest, women audience that go on Pinterest. What was huge back then was stickers.
Drop shipping stickers on Etsy.
I was dropshipping from Etsy to Facebook Marketplace. Stickers. It would just be like Rick and Morty stickers. I would get them for like $2 on Etsy. Sell them for $18 on Facebook.
Oh my
People
god.
pay $18 for a sticker.
That's crazy.
I know we laugh in here, but I think everyone in here is trying to make this happen. I appreciate you guys.
For sure, man.
Yes, we are all in it for the mission.
Let's do this. Google's policy update in 2023.
No, I think we were. May I know why you came in my feed? Maybe it's a sign for you to start high-ticket dropshipping.
Sanentosh. That's right.
By going to ecomhighticket.com.
Apply now, guys, if you guys want a customizable journey where, you know what? I'm going to say it. A lot of people don't take accountability. If you want me and Trevor, if you want to point the fingers at me and Trevor, like, why is this not working? Like, we'll take the finger. We'll take the point. Like, at this point, like, what part of the high, like, we just know so much about high ticket dropshipping. You want to point the finger at us? We'll take it. Apply to work with us at ecomhighticket.com.
But please, no middle finger.
That's funny, Trevor.
I have the product and the website. Finding a supplier for the product I have in the US is the hard part for me. Don't know what to do. Well, good thing I have so many videos on this. Search up Trevor Zheng. USA supplier. And then you're going to see like 2 videos. Watch one from 2 months ago, how to actually find Shopify USA dropshipping suppliers. Watch that. It has 2.8 thousand views right now. And get yourself some USA suppliers. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. How many SKUs do you sell? I have around 50 to 60,000 on my store, but the ones I sell probably like less than 200 that I sell. What about you?
I don't even know, man. I have a lot of product catalog SKUs, but definitely under 200 in terms of what I'm selling as well.
That's fair. Would you still run ads for a product that shows up next to a big box retailer that's selling the same thing cheaper? If it's the same thing.
My head goes to map pricing. Where's your head go to?
Yeah, map pricing.
Oh.
Yeah, why is there no map? I mean, is there no map pricing? If so, then I wouldn't recommend it starting out. But I would get first your map suppliers to convert, and then you can dabble around with non-map suppliers. Because non-map suppliers can make sales, but if a big box retailer is selling it for a lower price, that's the same exact product, I would most of the time recommend not advertising that.
Mm-hmm.
You can get fast delivery in USA suppliers on AutoDS. No, do not listen to this guy. AutoDS is a fraud. AutoDS is not a supplier that you want to use. And if you use them, I'm blocking you.
They use like China suppliers, but then they mask as USA, I think.
Yeah. AutoDS is terrible. I was using them before they even came out with like all the supplier stuff. Mm-hmm. They did like eBay dropshipping. Terrible software. All it would do is just break every time. Support is non-existent, and they pay people to leave reviews on their store. I mean, on their website. Do you do any cold outreach to any potential businesses, customers, for added sales, SEO, or paid ads? Very little, because it's pretty difficult for our niches or the stores that we did cold outreach for. It just depends on if your businesses can be scraped from the web or not. You can get emails and phone numbers from them. But it is valid. We book calls, or we gotten customers or book calls from cold email before, but it was for like a different business. So the concept works. It's just our niche in our product offerings may not be the best for cold email. That brand does actually have map price, but Sports Academy is selling for $800 cheaper.
800 is a lot. That's like OD price war, bro. That's like, but are they even making money? Like,
report that to the supplier and see if they actually care for map or not.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then once the map is fixed, then you can run ads. If not, then you know that supplier isn't really a map supplier.
Yeah. Look at some IG questions. I have some IG questions. How do you choose a niche? By testing multiple ones or in some other ways? You could find a niche by watching our YouTube videos. We've told you guys many niches, so many I can't even count. But yeah, just watch some of our videos. But just think about what will people buy during tough times, you know, like spending power. That's what you have to think about for finding a niche. That's it.
Nice. So question for Instagram. So when we send a purchase order to the supplier, then we receive the invoice, do we wire them the amount or give them the credit card details? Either one, but if there's no fee to use a credit card and your credit card earns cash back or points, then use a credit card. But if there's a fee to use a credit card, then wire or ACH them.
Mm-hmm.
I wholeheartedly thank you guys for constantly using the same niche example, grills and saunas. I haven't met a single person who is doing the same niche as mine. Maybe we're doing the same niche as you and we don't know. But...
Yeah. But you know, funny thing is, grills and saunas do just fine, though. That's the thing. It's like they do just fine. There's other niches, but there's also the grills and saunas niches too. So
I like grills and saunas. Why don't we cook a steak with a grill in the sauna?
That's what I'm trying. Oh, well, I don't know about in the sauna. We could have a sauna, and while we're grilling the grill, we could go and be in the sauna, and then come outside. So, right?
Yeah, while we're waiting for the steak to grill, we can use the sauna.
Yeah.
Yes. Fred says, are you selling a course?
The course is free.
Go to school.com and search up high ticket ecom mastermind. Get started for free. How do you make sales from B2B? Do they casually just hit you up, or do we target them on ads? And how does that work? Yeah, they can come to you, which is inbound. Outbound, which is you going to them. Both work. Ads still target them, because if you think about it, large companies still use Google. They're not like any different than us. Employees from like Google, Meta, Facebook, that's the same thing. Microsoft, NVIDIA, all these big tech companies, or it's any company in general. If they're on a computer, they're either searching on Bing, which you can advertise on, or they're searching on Google. So if you're advertising there, you're targeting everyone. So you can target them via inbound, you know, which companies, like I've sold to universities, which they just came to me. I sold to construction companies. Marcus has sold to construction companies, big contractors, big corporations. I've sold to universities. I think I said that. SpaceX, tons of companies. We've seen people in our community sold to like TJ Maxx, which is like a huge retail store. I think they sold to Nordstrom and some other companies, but I think Bed Bath and Beyond as well. So any company can actually buy from your store.
And they might be coming from Google most of the time too, etc.
Yeah, I just wish Elon Musk would buy from my store so I can market it on my store. Is SEO actually dead? It's not dead.
No.
But if anything, it's probably headed towards a direction where it's more heavy on AI. Because now I realize a lot of people now, they don't even go to Google to search for answers. We just use ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Which is also important for SEO, because if someone's searching for a product or service, ChatGPT can recommend your product or service. It's our agency that we're working with, Organic Checkout, they're optimizing our site for LLMs, language learning models. I don't know what that is, but or how they can do that. But apparently last month I made a sale from ChatGPT. So, you know, you can make sales from people Googling on ChatGPT as well.
Is it even a Google anymore?
Yeah, that's true.
That's funny.
Is SEO actually dead by AI? And the second question is top 5 skills for the next 5 years. What would you say is the top 5 skills to learn in the next 5 years? I would go with sales as one of them.
Five skills is crazy though.
I mean, it's just sales and marketing, to be honest.
Sales, marketing,
maybe communication.
what's this? Because like website building is a skill, you know, that's part of marketing.
It all falls under the two umbrellas, sales or marketing. Because we can say Google Ads, which is still marketing. We can say SEO, which is still marketing.
That's right.
So it just comes down to like where you want to be in the next 5 years and learning those necessary skills to get you there in the next 5 years. What have you seen more? Businesses reaching out to you or you guys reaching out to businesses? Well, we don't really reach out to businesses that much, so it has been businesses reaching out to us. Y'all think we're going to a war with Iran?
I hope not. But people profit from war. Like it's not us, not me or stuff like that. But I just like there are evil people that profit from that shit. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, but just know like that's what comes with that stuff too. So I don't know.
Is it evil or it's just they're just capitalizing on it?
Well, what if like you make profit when, like for example, like the military weapon stuff, like when wars happen, someone's making the equipment and someone's making all of that stuff. So that's lots of nation profits, and you know that's really what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Please tell us something about AI machine learning. It's only going to get better over time. How do we launch PMAX for a brand new store? You don't. You launch standard shopping first, and then you introduce PMAX once you have a brand that's doing well or a category of products that's doing well. Is there any very unique tip for persuade a customer to purchase when they're calling you? Unique tip. I would just say it's really just find out why they're looking for the product that they're looking for, figure out when they need it, and answer their questions and doubts, which is essentially objection handling, and then add urgency to get them to buy. Yeah, you don't launch PMAX for a new brand. You just launch standard shopping. Do you think GMC will ever get more transparent with why they suspend you? Probably not, unfortunately. How do you deal with procrastination?
You don't. You just do it. You just do it.
There's really no way to answer it because I felt like I asked this question before, and like when they answered, you don't. I'm like, bro, you're not helping.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Is that time again?
Another Friday wrapped up. Thank you guys for joining. And any last words You want to work with us one-on-one, that is a link. Of course, all the questions start
I know, right?
Let's answer them. No hate on low ticket dropshippers, but I think it's funny they find out they actually had to have. Yeah, that's funny. Yes, we do paid ads. Sure, but you should sell high ticket. Yes, good night. That for now. See you guys next Friday. Peace, peace.